Before we get into the video, I do want to apologize for a late upload. I know this video was supposed to be out 2 days ago, but due to some unforeseen circumstances, I had to postpone it. So yeah, here we are. Sorry about any disappointment that might have caused or any inconvenience that might have caused, and I hope you guys do enjoy the video. With the official release of FC24 literally a week away, we have 2 seasons to complete our challenge and establish our names in football history. We start off the season and straight away we start getting offers for some of the players who have impressed and done bits for us in the big stages, and that includes Arango, Faulkner from the youth setup, Carbonway, Kual, Price, and then we use the cash to get in some more experienced players like Barilla, Olise, Jadon Sancho, who comes in to replace Arango, and up and coming left winger Huang, who will be Sancho's backup. So we go into the season and we got involved in the Community Shield and the Super Cup, and these were great opportunities to start the season with a trophy, but we ended up losing both of them. The Community Shield going to United and the Super Cup going to OGC Nice. What I learned from that game was that this season was going to be absolutely crazy, and I say that because this season was the toughest I had played so far. I'm not gonna lie, it started well and we had a really good run of form in the league and we were doing well. The new signings were settling into the team really well and the season looked to be going on the right path. I mean, we went through our Champions League group pretty easily, and as the season went by, Sancho really impressed me with his performances and he proved to be a pretty good replacement for Arango. We entered January still in the top 3 because the teams above us were also in good form, but our form had started to fade as we started to drop points to teams we normally wouldn't have. I mean, we didn't even win against Manchester United this season, the 2 times we met them. Spurs knocked us out of the Carabao Cup in a very disappointing loss, and the performances of the team was really bad for all to see. And to add insult to injury, we started getting offers for key players we couldn't really reject. So as the January transfer window came around, we ended up losing Jovanovic to Real Madrid and replaced him with Bentancur and Petit to Manchester United, and we took their star player in Marcus Rashford to replace Petit, but it was obvious that they had gotten a better deal, but I was determined to make this work for the team. So we go into Rashford's debut match against Liverpool as we look to maintain our position in the league and push Man City and Leicester, who seem to be doing well this season, and keep our distance with Liverpool, who were right behind us. So the game gets underway and we get a really good chance halfway through the game, and it's Calvert-Lewin in a good position, and what a hit and a good goal from him, and I'm gonna be honest, he still surprises me with how good he is. 10 minutes after our opening goal, Liverpool hit us on the break and it's Gakpo speeding in on goal, Turner trying to close down the opportunity, and a really spectacular save from him, and he's going to go down as one of the best keepers I have used in career mode for sure. As we go up the other end trying to hit Liverpool on the counter, and we pass around trying to find someone making a run, and it's Rashford who is picked out, and a lovely pass to find him as he takes it down and goes ahead to open his account as a Wrexham player. We do well to take our lead into the second half, and Turner is absolutely peppered early in the second half, but he does well to make some really good saves. Liverpool get a really good chance and they go on to eat into our advantage. With 20 minutes to go, Liverpool on the attack again as they do well to find Nunez running through on goal, and Turner comes out again hoping to make the save he did earlier, but it's not enough and Nunez levels the game. We get a good chance in the closing stages of the game, but it's saved and we go on to get a corner here. Sancho is on it as he does well, put a really good corner in, and it's our savior at the moment, Calvert-Lewin, who leaps and gets his head to it to win us the game here. We go on to face Frankfurt in the round of 16 in the Champions League, and what a first leg this was. The first half was just filled with Frankfurt absolutely going at us, getting chance after chance, and it was our defense and goalkeeper that had to do the work in the first half. The second half came around and it wasn't any different as Frankfurt went on to score the first goal of the game. We end up equalizing, but it doesn't slow them down as they still continue to attack, and they went on to get the second goal. You would think that they would drop off after that, but it looked like it made them even more hungry as they continue to go at my defense, and they end up getting the third to wrap up the game and get a huge advantage going into the second leg. And we look to start early and eat into their advantage as Rashford runs through on goal here, looking to do just that, and he gets one back for us. Frankfurt surprised me with their attacking intent this match because they never seem to go down here, and it just made things tough on us. With the first half coming to a close, we win the ball with a bad clearance from Frankfurt as we look to level the game on aggregate as Sancho finds Barella, who goes on to do just that. We go into the second half and it was just attack after attack from both teams, but our defense stood their ground and maintained the scoreline. With the game looking to go go into extra time, Elliot, who had been playing well in the game so far, makes a good tackle and we try to hit them on the break, and it's Huang making the run here as Elliot does well to hold on to the ball and play him in, and Huang goes ahead to get an important goal for us. You guys thought I was joking with Frankfurt when I said they never took their foot off the gas. Well, they go ahead to level the game again and take it to extra time. Into extra time now, and maybe these players should be tested for something because I don't understand how they still have the energy to keep the level of intensity they have kept throughout the match. The second half comes in and they still keep the same intensity, but we manage to hold them off as we get an opportunity to attack, and it's Huang going for a solo run here, but he has a long way to go and he does maintain his poise throughout the run and goes ahead to score another important goal for us, and that is more than enough to take us to the next stage. And this was a really good game against Frankfurt. We got some good results in the league and went to the top, but we still weren't safe with Manchester City and Liverpool right behind us as we go into an interesting quarterfinals of the Champions League against United. Now unfortunately I had lost the footage for the first leg, but it was a 2-1 loss against Manchester United, so we came into the second leg with a disadvantage, and what a game this second leg was. To be honest, I can't go through all the goals we scored because there were a lot of it. Both teams went absolutely crazy. Like, look at the opener for this match. From then on, things just went south and both teams just went for each other's necks. Petit was extremely pivotal in United's performance, but we did well to hold our own as well, and this was definitely the match of the competition, with not just the scoreline but with the performance from both teams. I don't think I could even complain about some of the goals they scored because they were just good, and I think the quality of both teams just made this match what it was. But in every competition there has to be a winner, and in the closing stages of the game, Barella with a lovely turn goes ahead to win it for us, and we progress to the semi-finals and get closer to a second consecutive Champions League trophy. Back to the Premier League now, and we drop some points as we go on to face our rivals, and these matches always tend to be something else, and this was definitely one of them because Spurs were all over us in this match and we barely got opportunity to go at them, and unfortunately it was a disappointing loss against them, and I believe that this is the second time this season. We go on to redeem ourselves against Man City, which helped us in maintaining our top spot in the league. The semi-finals of the Champions League was up against AZ Alkmaar, and I'll be honest with you, it wasn't the best of matches. The first leg we were just all over them, and it honestly wasn't a tough match for the boys as they got a pretty convincing result for the first leg, and I ended up simming the second leg as we progressed and went to another Champions League final. Back to the league here, and with 2 games left and Liverpool and Man City breathing down our necks, we had to win their last 2 games of the season. We went into the match against Brentford, and I'll keep it short and say we absolutely went to town on them and just used them to get our goal difference up in one of the best performances from the boys so far. We had lost our main man up front in Calvert-Lewin, and he wasn't going to be available for the final and the last game of the season. We head into the last game of the season against Southampton, and honestly they gave us a game here as it ended up being an end-to-end game for both teams, and it was looking nervy for us because although we needed just a point to win the league, we didn't want to push our luck, so we wanted to make it 3, but Southampton was having none of that and they pushed us really hard all the way to the final whistle, and I've got to say they really played well and deserved the draw from this game, and fortunately for us that was enough to bring the Premier League trophy back home, and what an up and down season it has been for the boys. Another Champions League final for us and another Champions League match against Atletico Madrid, and straight away Marcus Rashford goes ahead, open the game and give us the first goal, and it was downhill for Atletico from there, because I don't know if it was Rashford just going beast mode in this game or it was Atletico Madrid who were just really bad in this match, because this didn't feel like a Champions League final at all. But fortunately for us, Rashford put in the best performance I have seen from a player in a while, and with the up and down season we had, we really needed something like this, and the new signing Rashford comes in to give us our second consecutive Champions League trophy. And again, what a moment for these players, especially those who have been here since the Championship and League One days. One more Premier League title to go, one more Champions League title to go, and literally one more week before FC24 is officially out. Will we be able to complete this challenge? I guess we'll have to wait and find out.